Today we're going to be looking at how to add decimals together. And we have a couple problems that we're going to work through here to make sure that at the end of this video that you understand the different steps involved whenever we're adding decimals. So in question number 1, we're being asked to add 4 and 56 hundredths plus 5 and 4 tenths. So looking to our steps here on the right hand side, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to rewrite this question vertically. And in brackets, you'll see the term stacked decimals. And what we mean by stacked decimals is we want to make sure that our decimals are aligning properly here so that we can make sure that all the numbers are aligning with their proper place values. So we can see here in the question that we have two numbers with decimals in them. So the first thing that we're going to do to rewrite this question vertically is we're going to add two decimal places that are aligned properly. Next, we're going to go ahead and just add our addition bar here, and now we can fill it in with the rest of our numbers from the question above. And the first number was 4 and 56 hundredths, so we have 4 and 56 hundredths. The second number here was 5 and 4 tenths. So now that we finished that step, we need to move on to step number 2, which is to add placeholders. And in brackets, we have zeros. So in order to explain this, when we look at this question here, we can see that there's no value in the hundredths place in our second number here. We just have 5 and 4 tenths. And in order for us to properly add this here, we need to put something in that place. And we know that whenever we put a 0 to the right of a number that's a decimal, it's not going to change the value of that decimal. So we put the 0 here as a placeholder in order for us to actually be able to add these decimals together. Step number 3 is we're going to drop our decimal point down below into our answer because the decimal place is not going to change even in our answer. It's still going to be in the same spot. So now that we've gone ahead and done all of this, we can go ahead and just start adding here. And we can see in the hundredths place that 6 plus 0 gives us 6. Next, in the tenths place, 5 plus 4 gives us 9. And lastly, in our ones place, 4 plus 5 gives us 9 once again. So 4 and 56 hundredths plus 5 and 4 tenths gives us 9 and 96 hundredths. So now for question number 2, we're being asked to add 12 and 432 thousandths plus 14 and 2 tenths. So you remember that our first step is to rewrite the question vertically, making sure the decimals are aligning. And here in the question, we have two decimals. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to write two decimals down below to make sure that they're aligning properly. And we're going to go ahead and add our little addition bar here. We're going to make it a bit longer than the first one just because we go into the thousandths place here. So now we can go ahead and write our digits down below. So we had 12 and 432 thousandths. Our second number was 14 and 2 tenths. So we have 14 and 2 tenths. So now, if you remember step number 2, our next job here is to add zeros as placeholders because adding a 0 to the right of a decimal does not change the value of that decimal, and we need to have zeros there in order for us to add. So we're going to go ahead and add 2 zeros to the right of our 2 in 14 and 2 tenths. So now our next step, step number 3, is to drop the decimal point because we know that the decimal point is not going to change its place in the answer. So now for step number 4, we can go ahead and just actually start adding here. And we're going to start in our thousandths place. So 2 plus 0 gives us 2. 3 plus 0 gives us 3. 4 plus 2 gives us 6. 2 plus 4 gives us 6. And 1 plus 1 gives us 2. So 12 and 432 thousandths plus 14 and 2 tenths gives us 26 and 632 thousandths. So I hope this video has helped you to understand how to add decimals together. Thanks again for watching, and please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons down below to see more content just like this. As always, enjoy today's math lesson.